What's up, guys? Cinestalker here for a brand new video. This video up here will be a DVD Blu-ray 4K update video. So I got a nice little stack of some movies I just got to watch this past week or so. To review for you guys from some movie companies that I review for. So all these are copies right here for promotional copies for me for you guys to review for. All the stuff comes out today, already came out last week. Really special title that comes out today that I cannot wait to dive into in a little bit. An amazing title, a really rad title, and I cannot wait to share my thoughts and opinions of out there that comes out today. It's so cool, so stoked about that one. So let's get down to it now, and let's go review some movies. Oh, I got a nice stack, like I said earlier, of some movies I'm gonna share with you guys. And first off, I'm gonna start with a nice big stack of films I got from Mill Creek Entertainment. Link down below if you wanna get these titles at and more what they have. I think they have a sale going on too right now on some other stuff. But this one just came out today, this amazing steelbook. Amazing, I can't believe it came out. It is this one right here, rad. It is such a rad steelbook. It is this one right up here. Classic 80s movie, I haven't watched it in years. And then when I saw this, when I first got it in the mail a week ago, I had to watch it. Amazing movie, the transfer looks so good. Starring Bill Allen, he plays Crew Jones, like an amateur BMX rider in a small town, and there's like this competition that goes into town to promote this small little town. So they're being all these the best BMX riders in the land, like the best ones. Especially this girl has an interest in named Lori Loughlin from Full House. She's actually some trouble right now too with trying to bring her kids in college. That's a recent things, but she looks so hot in this thing, and she's a BMX rider also. And she kind of like befriends him. They kind of date and stuff throughout the movie, and kind of builds confidence within Crew Jones to like be like this in this competition of this thing called the Hell Track, which is like the best tracks, the Super Bowl of BMX racing and all the land and national TV. If he wins it, he gets $100,000 and a pro sponsorship and all that kind of stuff. It changes his life forever. But his mom, Talia Shire, she was the Rocky. Adrian, Adrian's in this thing, plays his mom. She wants him to go to college and stuff, which is understandable. He has to take his SATs, but the SATs are the same day as the competition. So what's he gonna do? The competition, the SATs, the competition? Let's do the competition, brother, and do it up like that. Amazing 80s soundtrack in this thing, so good. Let me show you guys what it looks like inside. Get this cool slip by Mondo Entertainment, did the artwork for this thing. Look at that, so good stuff. And this thing is loaded up with extras, interviews with the cast, Crew Jones, Talia Shire, and Bart. He's like the bad guy in the movie in a sense, but he's not that bad, but like the bad guy in the movie. And this one right here, so good. It's by Mondo Steelbook exclusive. I believe you can get this at Best Buy. I don't think it's going to be anywhere else. So either Best Buy is probably your best bet, or just order it off Mill Creek Entertainment. Amazing steelbook. This looks fantastic. Because I missed out on getting that other release of it from Vinegar Syndrome that put this out like last year. Sold that real quickly. I was like, oh my God, I'm not gonna get this thing. And I found out a couple months ago or so, they're putting this out on Steelbook Blu-ray, and it's like, man, amazing transfer of this thing, 4K transfer from the 35mm print negative. It looks so good, sounds good. So the soundtrack of this thing is I heard there's an album coming out too of this you can get. Also, I don't know when though. You have let me show you, run down some of the special features. You have a really rad Q&A session, which I watched. The whole thing was about almost an hour long, with Bill Allen, Talia Shire, Bart Connor, and screenwriter Sam Bernard, hosted by Jorge Tacano. Archival interviews, which are great ones, old school interviews, old school behind the scenes featurette, and Break the Ice music video, which is like the main theme song throughout the movie. Great 80s vibes in this thing, fun uplifting movie. I understand now why people think this movie is so rad, because it is. Because I watched it, I think, one time before when I was a kid, like maybe 12 or 13, like right about to be a teenager, and that was it. And I never really seen it on TV. I think I seen it a couple times on TV, like the end of the movie or some part of the movie, but I didn't really watch it because I know what was going on. But this thing is amazing, man. One of the best movies I've ever seen. So good, fun flick, 80s vibes all over, awesome, beautiful steelbook, dude. Get this, it comes out today. Get this thing. Dude, if you've ever seen it before, watch it. If you watched it before, watch it in this presentation. It looks so good. This is rad. This is amazing. Amazing job Mill Creek did with this thing. So pumped this came out. Yeah, dude, beautiful, great movie. 4 stars, 10 out of 10. Soundtrack 10 out of 10. It's so good. This is awesome. And next up here for Mill Creek, I'm gonna talk about now these special editions that come out in the VHS looking slip cases. You see that? They got the cool VHS slip. I got about a few of these. First I'm gonna start with Stop or My Mom Will Shoot, starring Estelle Getty from Golden Girls and Sylvester Stallone in his action comedy movie. Very 90s, a little cheese element, but fun. Is this one? I haven't watched this in a long time. And this one right here, you know, Stallone plays like this sergeant, and his mom comes to visit him. His mom always embarrasses him and tells weird stories to strangers about how he wet his pants when he was a kid and babies the heck out of him. And he's kind of sick of it. But then they kind of partner up and to fight crime in LA with these bad guys who are like selling bad machine guns and stuff like that. So it's an interesting movie, very 90s. A good movie, not bad. I like it. It's a little cheese element, but it's not a bad watch. Definitely a fun 90s vibe is this. I love how they get the cool stickers as comedy in there, action. I love that. And inside too, you get the alternate artwork on the cover, which is cool because I haven't seen this movie in a long time, probably for like over 20 years. That's the last time I've seen this thing. And here is the inside contents of it. Nothing crazy with extras. Just get the movie, and I believe subtitles too. I think that's about it. But these look great with the cool slip. I love how it looks like the VHS. I love my VHS. You can see behind me, and it has that nostalgia vibe to it. Next up here from that special collection line is The Babe, with John Goodman, who plays Babe Ruth in this movie. Some people don't like this one. Like a lot of like baseball peers don't like this one because it's not too exact portrayal of Babe Ruth, like the greatest baseball player of all time, home run king, all this stuff. But yeah, pretty much it's about his life right here. He grew up as an orphan, and he started playing baseball at this orphanage, and he just became, known as the best baseball player of all time. Great fun vibes with this one, very 90s. Takes place. It's a period piece, but it reminds me of the 90s. That's when this came out. So when he was like on Roseanne and stuff like that. Here's the alternate slip cover. You get a great shot of John Goodman as Babe Ruth. Good stuff. A great fun movie for the whole family to enjoy. Definitely a good one. Here's the back of it. I like this one. I don't care what the purists say. I definitely dig The Babe. Just enjoyable all around. Good feel-good movie is this. Next up here we have Anna Kalumsky and Christina Ricci in Gold Diggers: The Secret of Bear Mountain. And this one, I've never seen this one before, and my good friend What Movie One likes this movie a lot. He suggested it was really good. And it was a pretty good movie. I felt a little bit, I was watching it, like, since I'd never seen it before, I felt a little bit too older to watch it, but nonetheless, it's still a pretty good movie. And it's funny, Anna Kalumsky, I always thought that was Jonathan Taylor Thomas for some reason in the movie, but it's not though, it's Anna Kalumsky. But anyway, this movie, she plays like this, Anna plays this kid that's sort of like a rebel and kind of does her own thing, people think she has an attitude problem, and Christina Ricci moves to town, befriends her, and she tells her there's like this gold hidden away in this mountain, and it's sort of like no one really believes her, kind of like the boy who calls Wolf, like she kind of tells you all these lies and stuff. She's not really sure what to believe in Anna Kalumsky's character, but then she saves her life though in this mountain, trying to get gold. There's all these other things going around, and will they find the gold? Was this a wise tale? Or just whatever, or it's just a big lie. You have to find out and watch out. And it's a pretty good movie, pretty good like adventure movie. Kind of like a nice, not coming of age, but a little bit of a coming of age movie is The Gold Digger right up here. Pretty good stuff. Like I said, when I watched it, I felt a little bit when I was watching it, I felt like, man, I felt like kind of like it was a dated movie, because it is dated and stuff from the 90s, but it's still a pretty cool flick. But yeah, if I watched it when I was younger, I probably would like it more. But since I just watched it now for the first time, I just thought it was okay. But there's up here is the front of it and the back of it. And it's an all right movie. Not a too bad watch. It has a kind of like a Disney Channel vibe to it in a way, or like a ABC Saturday matinee special kind of a flick vibe to it. This one had right up here. Next up here is a really good drama, kind of a tearjerker one. It's Sigourney Weaver starring Gorillas in the Mist, based on a true story by anthropologist Dan Fosse. I remember seeing stuff of her, the real archaeologist, and I was like, I think I'm reading Rainbow and stuff like that. She would like hang out with the gorillas, speak to the gorillas, and do like sign language and stuff like that, and kind of just like obsessed with the gorillas, try to save them and stuff from poachers and people destroying the land. So that's kind of what this is about right here. About like her and her obsession with saving the animals of the forest and stuff like that, and the jungles from poachers and dangerous elements and that kind of thing up here. Really good, feel-good movie is this. Definitely kind of a tearjerker one is this one. A nice, good drama piece is this. A little adventure too. And Sigourney Weaver does a great job in this thing. Made also in, I think this was made like late 80s. Sorry, late 80s this was made. Definitely good stuff. I like how the look of it. You get the cool VHS look. Here's the alternate cover art. You get up here too. Nice little collage photo of her and the gorillas. And here's the back of it. Mill Creek did an awesome job, amazing job doing these cool slipcase. I love how these look. These are great just to kind of display right here. In case you don't have tapes, kind of put these out. Looks like the VHS tapes. I love the old school vibe. I hope they continue to do this more and put out cool gems like these out. And also from Mill Creek Entertainment, you have a first time on Blu-ray, this double feature pack. It has Anna Kolumsky in the movie that made her famous. And that is My Girl 1 and 2. The first one is my favorite one. The second one, starring the kid that was, Last Action Hero. He's also in the Circuit City ads back in the day, trying to get some money back from his Walkman. And that we could have found a coupon to paper. But a great movie. The first one, really good. Dan Aykroyd in it, Jamie Lee Curtis. Her dad, is played by Dan Aykroyd. He's a mortician. It's just kind of like an odd vibe about her. And she befriends, Macaulay Culkin's character. They become great best friends and kind of build a relationship. But something bad, unfortunately, happens to him. I'm not going to give it away. But it's say bees are not his best friend. Bees are not his thing, is bees. And so, but yeah, great, heartwarming movie, great music. Part 2 is pretty good. But for me, the first one is where it's at, right up here. Both great. First time both ever on Blu-ray in the same pack. So that is really cool. They both look superb, sound really good. Here's the inside contents of it right up there, you can see. And next up on DVD, we have this horror movie, also being put out from Mill Creek. That is this one, I Am Lisa. I believe this comes out today also, along with RAD. And this one up here, pretty okay horror flick. Nothing crazy, but an okay horror one. This girl named Lisa, she's like this kind of like the outcast character, and these girls like pick on her. And one day it goes too far. She goes to the cops to try to tell us what happened. And the sheriff in town is the mom of the bully girl that picked on her. And they do some bad things to her, leave her out in the forest to die in a sense, until a wolf comes by. A special wolf bites her and turns her into a werewolf. So she seeks out a revenge, as you can see right there, to get what happened to her. But it's weird though, because she doesn't really transform into a total werewolf. She gets like these claws, these weird eyeball-like contact things, and these fangs. So I thought she would turn into a gigantic werewolf like something. That'd be kind of neat to see like this chick turn into a werewolf, but no. You get a partial werewolf turn in this thing. So it's an okay movie. It's just all right. It's all right. Not bad. Here's the back of it. You do get some special features with this thing and that kind of stuff right there. You do get a commentary track, some kind of scenes footage and that kind of stuff. But it was just like an okay watch. The only part that was a little disappointing is that you don't see her turn into a full-blown werewolf. I was hoping you would, but they do not. But it's just an all right movie nonetheless. Here's the disc art. Looks pretty cool disc art. You also get a digital code with this too. And but it says an okay watch, gore-wise. A little bit of good, okay gore in it. Nothing crazy. A couple little scenes are kind of bloody, but not a bad watch. Has like a almost like a kind of like a Tamara vibe to it, or like Jennifer's Body, sort not all the way, but a little touch, a little sprinkle of that vibe on this thing. A little sprinkle, not a lot. Just a little pinch of that salt vibe on I Am Lisa is this one. And last but not least, from Mill Creek Entertainment is this TV show called Tropical Heat, now available the complete season. I'd never seen this show until I was checking this out. Pretty okay show. Has the one dude in it from a Scarface, and it's like a DEA, drugs, almost like a Miami Vice kind of vibe in a sense is what this is, but a little more modern day is what Tropical Heat is. Pretty good stuff, pretty cool action vibes. All right, next up here from Vinegar Syndrome line, I got a few titles I'm going to talk about. A couple of them are like sister companies of Vinegar Syndrome. So the only real Vinegar Syndrome one I'm talking about is this one right here. The other two are put out by them, but not really with them. Kind of like the sister associate companies. I'll get more of that when I talk about those other two titles. But first off, about this cool one from the 90s, that is The Fear. I remember watching this one. Let me see. You might not recognize this cover, but you recognize this cover right up here. I remember this one right up here. I remember seeing this in a lot of video stores when I was a kid, like going through the aisles, the rental shops, and seeing that cover. I never watched it. I think I seen it before, part of it, on Cinemax maybe one time. That was it. And I always thought this Wood character was like Ed Harris for some reason. I don't know why. Kind of looks like Ed Harris to me. But anyway, you also have this cool. You have a really cool cameo spot here, but with Wes Craven. He plays this psychologist talking about dreams, which is kind of a funny end because he didn't know Nightmare on Elm Street, wrote and directed the movie. So it's kind of a funny little end with that. So the movie right here takes place as they're at this guy named Richards at this. He's at a college, and it's his professor's Wes Craven. He has like all these different dreams and stuff like that. Taking his class, and he decides to bring his other students to like this mountain getaway, and they all kind of these little issues going on. They're there to kind of confront their fears in this class exercise. And when they go to this cabin, there's this gigantic like human figure wooden doll carved, which is kind of creepy. And they talk to it to kind of tell them what scares them, to kind of bring it out and to help them cope with it. And in doing so, weird events take place at this cabin in the woods. Like these weird things start happening. That this wooden carving goes on the couch, watches these people get it on, hangs around the bed like it's almost like a crucifix kind of pose. All these like weird things happen. No one knows what's going on, but the thing is like alive. This wooden sculpture thing. It's really strange, carved by these Native Americans. It has like this weird, almost like a curse on the wooden carving. And so it's like people get like kind of knocked off one by one, and not sure who's really doing it until the end, until they figure it out and stuff. But pretty good movie. Not a bad flick as this. I thought it'd be a little bit better than what I thought it would be. I was thinking like it might be really good. But it's just okay watch. Not a bad watch. Is The Fear. Some of the music was kind of like and some of it was a little bit slow burn at times. A little bit. Not that bad, but a little bit here and there, a little bit slow burn, but not a bad watch is this. Next up here from Utopia Films, which is like a sister company of Vinegar Syndrome. It's a newer release, came out in 2019, which had me confused at first, and it's this one called Minor Premise, like a sci-fi, psychological thriller type movie is this one. When I first saw this, I was like, wow, Vinegar Syndrome's put out new titles I didn't know. I looked into it. No, it's not Vinegar Syndrome. They help put them out like a sister company, but it's not really Vinegar Syndrome. But here's like the back of it's kind of a cool cover. Here's the front of it again. The nice cool slipcase. And then here is the back right up here. This one right here was just okay. It's like this college kid. He's like working on this experiment with this weird head dome thing about doing stuff with the conscious mind. The subconscious and the conscious mind is contraption he's trying to work on and trying to develop interesting things going on with the human brain that's never been developed before in a science experiment, but it goes wrong, and he's kind of seeing like the past and the future. He's not really sure what's real. He's like sends messages to himself to figure out what's going on in his head. Sometimes he has like these blackouts and doesn't remember what's going on after he's been in this machine. So it's kind of a weird like thriller vibe to it in a way, but kind of not that great too. I thought the movie was just okay. It just was all right, a little below okay was this one. Some of it was kind of long and drawn out. Some of it didn't make any sense. And just some of it was just kind of like, it was good, and some of it kind of was like, I don't know. It just was okay. Was this one an okay watch? Minor Premise. And last but not least, from Vinegar Syndrome sister company, and that is this one from Fun City Editions. This one is Jeremy right up here, which I didn't think what to get. I was like, what is this one? I never heard of this movie in my life. And it was like, it's really cute cover art, really nice. Take it off the slip, really nice slip case, very good stuff. And this one is a movie made in the early 70s, starring Robbie Benson. He was the voice in The Beast and Beauty and the Beast animated movie. So he's the voice of that and a bunch of other movies he's done. And you also get the woman, Glennis O'Connor. She was also in a bunch of movies, and she was also in The Boy in the Plastic Bubble. She plays the love interest of John Travolta. She's in this one, like her first role, one of her first roles in 1973. And this movie right here is about adolescents that fall in love for the first time, and the trials and tribulations of that, and what goes on with that. Maybe a breakup, maybe, and how people deal with that kind of stuff, and how you fall in love with the first time at being 13 or 14. You know what I mean? Like the adolescent love crush thing. So it's a pretty good movie. I don't know what to expect from this thing. Did not know what to expect, but it was not that bad. Pretty good movie. I'm not being too much of a softie, But it's a pretty good movie. Was this a really good interview with Robbie Benson and Glynis O'Connor? Like about a half-hour long interview. Nice 2K restoration scan and a boatload of other things. You even get an introduction of Glynis O'Connor, and there's all kinds of stuff in this thing. Really good booklet too of this. I'll show you the guys inside of it up over here. And here's like the booklet. Talking about the movie, which was like a cult hit sort of in the day. It was at the Cannes Film Festival. And then the one everyone was checking out, everyone loved this movie from when I found out about it. Like it was like the big rage back in 1973 was this thing. So I never heard it before, but it has a cult following, sort of in a way as Jeremy. So it was cool to check it out. So not a bad watch. It was like a coming to youth, very simple, simplistic story. Guy and girl like each other, go out, date, and then I'm not gonna give it away. It's a little bit sad at the end, a little bit sad. And it's stuff you can things you kind of can relate to when you first like a guy or a girl growing up, you know what I mean? So it kind of has that vibe to it. So I thought it was a very, very cute story was Jeremy. And that's it for my video right there. All the reviews I talked about, link down below if you want to get those titles at and more. And also before I go, there's one cool guy that I know from Facebook and YouTube named Todd Wolfson. Just started up a really cool YouTube channel called Just Buried Entertainment. Link down below for that YouTube channel. Check him out if you like horror stuff and cool horror type topics and that kind of thing. Also makes films. There's a film coming out, I believe it's in the fall, like a Freddy vs. Jason kind of vibe to it. So let's look out for that. So if you like podcasts and this guy's talking about horror and things like that, check it out. I think he also has like a horror crate. It's almost like the horror box, but it's like a horror crate full of stuff I think you can get through their YouTube channel. Bat Shit coming out in October. It's like an Avengers movie, but kind of like horror, that kind of stuff. So check that out. Link down below for his channel, Just Buried Entertainment. Let him know Cinestalker sent you. If you give him a follow and a sub and a comment, let him know that I sent you his way. But until then, I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Get some cool titles to check out right there. I mentioned right there. So thanks to all the companies that let me check out their stuff. Have a good one. If you like checking me out more, hit me up on my social medias. Links down below as also. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. Trying to get to 15K and more. A few hundred away or less from doing that. So let's try to do that by the end of the month. I'm trying to get them. Trying to get there. And until next time, I'll catch you later. Have a good one and bye-bye.